I got my miracle. I got my miracle. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing. And while people are starting to stream in, I'm just gonna talk a little bit. I'm here with my friend Lee. I'll introduce Lee a little bit more a little bit later, while folks are getting alerted that we are doing a live Facebook Live, a YouTube Live. So grateful for this opportunity to do this. I love doing this interview because it's at the end of the week, and we pick one person out of everybody to represent the field of what happened here this week. And what happens every week, I mean, I can't tell you, it's so amazing. And I see it, we're closed 2 to 3 weeks out of the year. So 49 to 50 weeks out of the year, we do a retreat. And every week, what happens is that people come thinking they're coming for one thing and find out everybody actually comes for the same thing, to see who they've become, to merge back with their soul, which means come back to a state of wholeness, and to heal their hearts. And when we do that, when people do that, that's a miracle. And the miracle is the thing, it's not finding your life purpose or fixing your relationship or any of that stuff, because when you're whole, then all that stuff gets arranged perfectly. So we have Rocio desde Shawano, Wisconsin. What's up, Eric Campbell? So glad you caught this live too. Erica Campbell, welcome everybody. All right, so folks coming in, we got some folks coming in. Thank you. I'm John Jacob Mubarak, and I'm here with my friend Lee. Welcome. And Lee's been at Rythmia. It was his first time coming to Rythmia this week, and so I want to ask you, Lee. So glad you're here, man. Welcome.
Thank you so much, John JJ.
It's great to have you.
Thank you.
So one of the things I want to ask you about is, just before we get into like the miracle and all that stuff, is what did you think of Rythmia, like the facilities, like the rooms and the food and the kind of the resort? Tell me a little about your experience of the resort.
This place is the Holy Land. It is a beautiful resort. The rooms are impeccable. The staff is second to none, really. I mean, they're just so happy to serve. They do it from the bottom of their heart. The grounds are perfectly manicured.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
right?
It's just beautiful. Most of the flowers attract butterflies. I mean, a lot of the things you learn spiritually are happening around you on the grounds. Like, right. Don't go chase the butterfly, grow the flowers that bring the butterflies. I mean, it's all happening here. The trees, I mean, there's macaws. It's just,
macaws.
It's like, there's monkeys. You're in the jungle, but you feel so safe, which is so key in the healing process. It's just really, there's really nothing like it.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Man. So if you guys don't know what macaws are, they're those they're also called papagayos, right? They're those great big scarlet birds with yellow, blue, orange, red feathers. And they're just these magnificent giant birds. They just fly around here. It's crazy. And the monkeys are cruising in the trees and making these sounds that are outrageous. They sound like they're huge gorillas, but they're these little tiny monkeys. So I love what you said. Let's see, saludame, Rose. Mariana. Okay, I'll give your saludos to Mariana for sure. So you love the resort is like a really, really nice place.
Yes.
Right? And I love what you said about
5-star.
Thank you.
Yeah.
About the people. I've never worked with a group of people that are more concerned, more like committed. That's the word I'm looking for. More committed to transformation, more committed to being of service, like just from their hearts.
Yeah, from their hearts. That's really what I felt. It wasn't like I'm doing this because it's my job or okay. It's like just this, like, it's just love, really. They're serving from love. Everybody's here for love. Everybody's here for love.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So you had this great experience. Tell me about some of the people that you met, like some of your brothers and sisters that were here on the retreat.
Yeah. It was interesting. When you get here, you're coming from the world, and we're all coming here, because we have some kind of trauma or I'm like not that doing this is a little strange for me actually, but I'm doing it because I feel a lot better now. But we come kind of, you can see like people have a shell, but we all have this love inside, but we're apprehensive a little at first, but you watch as the program progresses, you become a tribe, a real family. And it's just amazing. I mean, so everybody, we had such a good group. Everybody is so beautiful and open and supportive for each other's growth and vulnerability. And really, I never got a chance to thank the whole group, but I really wanted to. I guess I kind of did, but really the group itself, the tribe, the group that you come with is the ultimate benefit of this program.
Yeah.
Because we give each other our energy. We give each other our awareness to listen and to feel heard. And
let me ask you, because
they're just great.
When you come at first, right?
Yeah.
Like you're like, okay, those people I feel like I could talk to, but those people,
yeah, that's
really.
What I mean. The apprehension,
right?
Yeah.
But you're like,
yeah, exactly.
By the end of the week, like
you're all good.
Like, oh my God, every single person was meant to be here.
Yes, every single person's meant to be. You find, and then just like you guys teach, and it's funny because you teach these concepts in this beautifully laid out program that makes everything so much more, feasible. I don't know.
It really helps. I mean, I was just talking at lunch. If you remember, we were having lunch together, and we all sit at communal tables at lunch, right?
Yeah.
And one of the guys that works here was sharing that somebody had come and he had done like 450 ceremonies before he ever came to rythmia.
Yeah.
And he showed up here and he said that the classes that we teach here, like because of the classes, because of the way the whole program is set up, and it's not just the classes, it's the classes and the community and the massages and the colonics and the saltwater pool and the hot and cold plunges and the sauna and the dance of liberation. And I want to talk to you about some of those experiences you had. All of these things put together, and specifically the teachings that he was like, that made this week more insightful, more powerful than the previous hundreds of ceremonies that he had, which is something that we actually hear from a lot of people that have just done ayahuasca other places and then come here in the so I'm so glad to hear that you felt that way.
Oh yeah.
That the classes really helped guide you.
Yeah. And back to the classes guide you for that, but they also guide you with each other, with the tribe, with all the people that you meet here, so what you might, like you were saying, JJ, when you come at first and this person, these are my people, these, at first the way society structures things, but in the classes you learn what's coming is going. So if you see somebody and you're like, well, that person's kind of rubbing me the wrong way, and I won't lie, obviously that happened to me, what is this bringing up in me? Why am I a little bit of why am I averting this personality type, but I'm so cool with this personality type? What's that about? Well, what's it about? It's about something in here. But that's what the classes that JJ teaches, and they teach you these things, and then you implement them with your tribe, with the medicine, and it's just so cool,
So cool.
It's so cool because I mean, you almost wouldn't do that normally. It's just such an easy lesson, but it's so this what's coming is going thing is really something, and it works on all levels here.
So we teach 4 major principles, and what's coming is going is one of the major principles that we teach, which is whatever's coming up is coming up to be healed.
Right. So you go, yeah, that guy over there he's giving me a weird look, and he makes me feel a little uncomfortable. Why?
It's all back here.
What's in me that makes that I'm having an issue? And when you look at it, you go, what in my regular life is it like that? Yes, it is like that. And what is it?
Because normally we'd be like, oh, that guy's weird.
You're right.
Oh, that guy's the problem.
Exactly.
Or that's the situation,
you
right?
Got it, man. But instead you go, and when I did that, I realized what it was. There was a little bit of that maybe still, but it doesn't matter. That's his and mine is mine.
It doesn't
just own your stuff.
Doesn't mean the guy's not weird.
Right. Yeah, just own your stuff. Exactly. The guy was slightly strange, but own your stuff.
It's always back here.
It's because when you own your stuff, that's where the liberation comes.
So, okay. So there were like 3 experiences that you had shared with me that I thought were really profound. And I'd love for you to share those experiences. Like you were going through the week and you felt, even after the 4th ceremony, like maybe you didn't get, or you said you were kind of feeling sad.
Yeah, even after the 4th ceremony, I just told you.
So 4 ceremonies, right? So it's always working. So tell us what happened. You're coming
Actually,
out,
she's still working, but
right?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So all the ceremonies were great, and they all do different. It's different for everybody, but on the 4th ceremony, the specific story is I woke up sad after the night of the Yahe,
Which is our more like traditional ceremony.
The last ceremony of 4. I had already figured I had my heart kind of, but I still woke up sad, like something was missing, and I had. Do you want the macaw story?
Yeah.
Okay, so I went outside, and I put my feet on the grass and walked over to a statue of Jesus Christ, and I put my hand on his feet because I relate to Christ, being raised Catholic, but I'm not. I don't really practice Catholicism at all, but I love Yeshua,
Yeah.
the real Christ. So I put my hand on his feet and put my head on his robe, like, what's going on, kind of like, why do I feel like this? And I looked up and I saw a macaw that we keep talking about, the rainbow. You might think of like a parrot if you don't know them, but you can look them up. But they're rainbows. They're like a rainbow bird. And it circled twice and landed on a branch. And I just looked up at it, and tears started streaming down my face, just looking at the beauty of this bird and this morning. And my heart just exploded. But when I looked over at Christ, I still had my hand on his foot. And in the statue, when you guys come to Rythmia, you'll see that he's looking up, and he was looking at the macaw in the statue, at the exact branch that the macaw landed on. And I couldn't, it put it, like, I'm getting my hand or I have goosebumps just talking about it, because it was just the synchronicities, the intricacies. This holy facility is just this energy in this place presents you, and the medicine opens you up to, and the classes and the program opens you up to.
So you know what I love about what you're talking about is, right, this is around us. There's beauty around us every day, but we don't see it.
Yes.
And somehow after this wonderful program, and the medicine especially, that you're able to see the beauty that's always been there. It's like taking off a layer that's been blocking you.
Yes.
From seeing that. What you said to me, that beautiful insight about the stars and the clouds.
Yeah.
Share that because that was so good.
Okay, so that's actually why I was sad in the morning a little bit, because I had this conversation with the stars on the Yahe that evening, because the star vista here is incredible.
Amazing, right? You can see the stars because we're
in Costa Rica in the jungle, so there's not all this light pollution. So when the night is clear, the stars are just popping like you're in the net, Indra's net. So I would do a lot of work inside and hang out with Grandfather Fire, and sometimes, actually almost every night, I ended up out on a stone bench looking up at the stars. And on the last night of the Yahe, after 3 cups, I was out there looking at the stars, and I had a conversation with the stars, and I got a couple great downloads. And one of the downloads I received was, we're all stars. We all shine bright. We all shine together. We're all one, and we're always shining, whether the clouds are covering us or not. Yeah. But when the clouds aren't covering us and we have clarity, we see each other's light so much better. And that was given to me from the Mother Ayahuasca, the Yahe.
And even so, I love that, because even in our darkest times, we're still shining. There's still a light. There's so many of us might not see. How many of you out there have had the experience of somebody being like, You're so amazing. If you could only see what I see in you.
Mhm.
People see you as being amazing and you can't receive that.
Yes.
You can't hear it, right? It's like, even though you have this cloud of doubt or self-judgment or condemnation around you, you're still shining, even through the clouds.
Even through the clouds. And 5,000 years in one day.
But I love it.
5,000 years in one day.
So what would you say, like, so we talk about this thing called the miracle, right? This little broadcast is I got my miracle. What would you say your miracle out of this week was?
Well, my miracle is that I got my miracle, because I seem really positive on here, and I am positive, but I'm also skeptical, and I always second guess things because I kind of analyze things too, tend to do that. I don't believe in things. I have to know them. And this is a place where you know it. It's not about belief. It's about knowing it. It's about experiencing it. It's like JJ said in the class, because these classes are so integral with the experience that you go through, and you go through them all. You go through the whole process simultaneously. So you get the experience with the medicine, and then right afterwards you get the debriefing, and it just connects. It connects your experience. So, it's like you said at the beginning of the week, you said, I can tell you about a French fry. I could tell you about a salty French fry, dipping it in ketchup when it's hot and eating it, and tell you all about that, but you have the French fry. So I could sit here on this interview and tell you about my experiences and stuff, and oh, cool, right? You can believe me or not. But until you come to Rythmia and have the experience, you won't taste the fry. You won't taste that. And everybody knows what a good French fry tastes like,
Thank you for remembering that. First of all, Erica's saying that she applied for the scholarship and she had an interview. And
awesome.
So let's just say a prayer right here, knowing that Erica, you're going to get that scholarship and that you can come to Rythmia. And so it is. We're just knowing that for you, sister. And Erica asks, was he fearful at all during his experience? So
absolutely. Yeah.
How did you move
through
that?
If you're not fearful, well, I had actually taken Yahe with Taita Louise, a 2-night ceremony, and prior, but when I had a death experience at that one where I went black, and I thought, well, it can't get much scarier than that, So, how you move through it is you just do it. I mean, you just. I guess for me, really, it's like it's kind of do this or I won't say it.
It's like the
yeah.
Well, we'll give you lots of tools here to help with how to move through fear, breathing, relaxing,
yes, and
surrendering, trusting. We'll give you lots of ways to do that.
Yeah, that's actually. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's true. Right here at Rythmia, so it was a little bit more like that. But at Rythmia, they give you so many tools before you even have your first ceremony. They really debrief you. They prep you. They give you data. Dr. Jeff he explains to you the science of drugs and how beautiful this is. Not a drug. This is a sacred vine. It's not a drug. It's in your body already. You already have DMT in your body. So you're just really it's not.
I want to go back to something you said though.
Yeah.
Because when you went around like moving through the fear, you basically what I heard you say is I had to do it. The fear of there was fear of doing the medicine of the experience, but you were pushed by something.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, it's your suffrage. It's your suffering, and we all come here because we're suffering one thing or another, and we do this because the suffering is so great that we say, all right, well, I mean, regular Western therapy wasn't working for me. Obviously, drugs and alcohol didn't work. I even do meditation, and it does work, but it wasn't enough.
Now your meditations are going to be off.
Now my meditations already have been off. Because what this does is it is so 20 years of therapy in 1 week. I mean, it really is 20 years. I haven't done therapy for 20 years, but I can imagine. And you'd have to have a pretty damn good therapist actually for 20 years to feel like I do right now. And I'm really not. at all exaggerating. I really mean like a total shift in how I feel about myself,
So that's it.
about how I feel about myself, not about how other people feel about me, not about how the girl I hope feels about me, or whatever. My kids, or I love my kids, but it's about how you feel about yourself. Because you can have everybody think you're great too, but if you don't think you're great, what good is it? You just feel like, and that's kind of my deal, but yeah. So
It's like what we were talking about just before we came on was that it's so possible for you to mend your heart.
Yes.
And to stop condemning yourself and to feel about yourself the way that the divine presence feels about you, to love yourself.
Yes.
And from that place of wholeness, everything else, your life purpose, you know what you want, you know what you need, you know what you desire,
Yeah.
you know what you deserve, you know who the right person is, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean life is perfect from here on out,
No.
but from a centered place,
Yeah.
you can handle what comes up.
Oh yeah.
So, brother, I want to thank you so much.
My pleasure.
It was so great.
Thank
So
you.
great.
Thank
He's
you.
been so fun to have all week.
Thanks.
And I want to thank you all. Erica, we're praying for you.
Yes.
Knowing that that the best and highest good is emerging, no matter what it is. It's the best and highest good for you. And praying for all of you. Have a beautiful day. Happy Saturday. Peace and blessings.